Coming up, what led to a school bus being involved in an early morning crash? We are breaking down what we know next.
Wish it was a casino, make it a casino, it'll bring people here.
And are you feeling lucky? Why the city of Punta Gorda is interested at getting their hands dirty with slot machines.
Live, the news you count on. Gulf Coast News at 11 on NBC.
Right now, you are taking a look at a cold front that's being felt in the Gulf Coast. It comes as some showers are expected later today. Thanks for counting on Gulf Coast News at 11. I'm Alan Campbell.
And I'm Zuri Hoffman. Let's check in now with Gulf Coast meteorologist Rafael Tavernier. All right, Rafael, how long can we expect this cold front to last?
Well, if you've been outside, you probably notice a little bit of that gusty winds outside, a little bit courtesy of that front that's beginning to push through. And that front here is not locally in our area. However, those showers that you see here, those line of showers will be making their way toward the Gulf Coast later on this afternoon. So if you're going to be heading out this evening, yeah, you may expect a few showers thrown into the forecast. That line of showers is a little strong right now. We do expect that line of showers to begin to somewhat break up and not be as of a solid a line, but there are some showers expected this afternoon. Now, if you come up in a couple of minutes, I'll give you the detailed forecast. We'll time everything out to let you know how much rain we expect, when we expect the timing of the showers, and the possibility of how cold it's going to be after that cold front, just in a couple of minutes.
Breaking news, Collier County deputies arrest a man who they say possessed child porn over Google. Deputies arrested Nicholas James at his apartment in Naples yesterday after executing a search warrant. Deputies found 8 images and a video of explicit content showing children ranging from 5 years old to 16. James now faces several child porn charges.
Gulf Coast News on top of more breaking news. Collier County deputies arrested a convicted sex offender after they say he was living near a playground. Luis Antonio Chavez is accused of failing to comply with restrictions for people convicted of certain sex offenses. Chavez isn't allowed to live within 1,000 feet of a school, child care facility, park, even a playground following his 2007 conviction of lewd or lascivious molestation. Detectives say his address is within 1,000 feet of 2 playgrounds.
Breaking news, Gulf Coast News is working to find out what exactly led to a school bus crashing this morning. We know the crash happened just after 7 o'clock in the morning along Eisenhower Boulevard and Grant Boulevard. The Lee County School District says the bus and another vehicle are involved. Injuries are being reported. The Lee County Sheriff's Office says one person was trauma alerted to Gulf Coast Medical Center.
Well, right now, Crime Stoppers needs your help finding 2 people of interest they say are involved in a grand theft investigation. So we know it happened at the Walmart along Pine Island Road in US 41. Not sure of a date just yet. Crime Stoppers says the 2 stole nearly $1,400 worth of goods using a sleight of hand trick when handing money to the cashier. I want you to take a good look at your TV. If you think you know who these 2 people are, give Crime Stoppers a call.
Just into our newsroom, the U.S. Supreme Court rejected a Trump administration effort to rebuke a federal judge who imposed a quick deadline to release billions of dollars in foreign aid. In a 5-4 vote, the court told the judge to clarify his earlier order. That required the Trump administration to release nearly $2 billion in aid for work that had already been done.
I'm also working tirelessly to end the savage conflict in Ukraine. Tariffs are about making America rich again and making America great again, and it's happening, and it will happen rather quickly. There'll be a little disturbance.
President Donald Trump set a record for the longest joint address to Congress overnight.
President Trump used the hour and 40-minute speech to promise continued swift and unrelenting action in his second term. Lawmakers split over the president's address. In fact, President Donald Trump blamed Democrats in the previous administration over rising costs to Americans and highlighting his achievements like tariffs and ending DEI initiatives, also slashing federal bureaucracy.
We inherited from the last administration an economic catastrophe and an inflation nightmare. You should be hired and promoted based on skill and competence, not race or gender. We've taken back the money and reduced our debt to fight inflation and other things.
There was, however, a rare moment of bipartisan applause when President Trump revealed Ukraine told him they want to restart peace negotiations with Russia and sign a mineral mining agreement with the U.S.
With the tariffs officially in effect by President Donald Trump, what does that mean more specifically for us? Tariffs are certainly having a big impact on the stock market. Economists and the National Retail Federation are warning we could pay more for everything from alcohol, beer, avocados, orange juice, and even toys.
As we're going to the grocery stores, we can anticipate some of that will be passed on to consumers. There has been a decline in the production of oranges and citrus in Florida overall.
Disease and hurricanes are being blamed for the decrease of citrus in Florida. 10% of orange juice comes from Mexico. And during President Trump's address, he says tariffs are about, quote, making America great again.
From your Charlotte County News team right now, Punta Gorda city leaders are meeting, talking about possibly allowing gambling within city limits. Currently, there are some restrictions and limitations in place about gambling in the state of Florida. Gulf Coast News reporter Mercedes Martinez is at Punta Gorda City Hall, showing us what could happen if the city chooses to roll the dice.
Get ready to roll the dice. Well, maybe. The stakes are high today as Punta Gorda city leaders will talk about allowing gambling within city limits. This is only a discussion, though.
I guess it has pros and cons. To me, it wouldn't matter either way, you know, because I don't mind going on Mockley. And then I do that once, like I said, every 3 months. So that would work for me.
Punta Gorda residents we spoke with today say they could see gambling being both a good and bad thing in the city. Others leaning more towards opposition.
We're not Las Vegas. You don't want to have all the stuff that goes with that. Simple as that.
Gambling is prohibited in the state of Florida with a few exceptions, like pari-mutuel gambling, which includes horse racing and card rooms. Other exceptions are casino gambling on tribal lands like Seminole Casino, state-run lotteries like Mega Millions and Powerball, bingo, raffles, and small social games in private are also allowed. Do you think something like this would kind of hurt the reputation of Punta Gorda being a family-friendly place?
I'm sure there are a lot of people that would think that, yes. It would work for some and maybe not for others, you know, because a lot of people don't want that in the area.
Casino gambling within city limits can only occur if you, the voter, approve it on a county-wide referendum. There will be no voting today. I'm outside Punta Gorda City Hall in Charlotte County. Mercedes Martinez, Gulf Coast News.
We are working to learn more about a hazmat incident in Fort Myers overnight. We know it happened just after 11 p.m. along River Honor Drive in the Reflection Isles community. The Fort Myers Fire Department says it's a possible carbon monoxide incident and tell us the home is now being ventilated. The fire department says somebody left their car running while some people were sleeping inside.
Well, today crews are working to make repairs to the roof at the Fort Myers High School gym after a fire Tuesday night around 7 o'clock. When someone noticed the flames coming from the top of the building, they called 911 right away and pulled the fire alarm just outside of the school. The fire caused minor damage to the gym roof, which was already being repaired and likely played a part in starting the fire.
Well, this type of roof is actually what we call a flat roof, and so a lot of times, just to kind of minimize it a little bit, a lot of times the front roof has what we call tar and other type of materials that actually seal the roof up. And so when you do this, they do what they call hot work.
Lee County School District says the area that was damaged is blocked off now from students and staff, but school is back in session. Well, I want you to take a look at this because mailboxes in Lee County can't seem to catch a break. Neighbors in Northeast Cape Coral now working to help repair a homeowner's mailbox after a car tire destroyed it. People along Northeast 33rd Street and Northeast 20th Avenue believe a car lost its tire while traveling on Del Prado Boulevard. The wheel still laying in the homeowner's yard.
The person that lost the tire, you would think that they would have stopped. I mean, basically, you must have known something happened. But I don't know. It's crazy.
So whoever is responsible for the tire could face a misdemeanor because of the property damage.
The Cape Coral City Council is meeting this evening where they are expected to talk about a potential land purchase to use as a future boat ramp site. The land is located along Northeast 15th Terrace, just off Diplomat Parkway and Santa Barbara Boulevard. The boat ramp site would be used to perform canal maintenance and water quality sampling within the city's freshwater canal Basin 4. The council meets at 5 p.m.
Cape Coral City Council is expected to approve an application for the Northeast Cape Coral water shortage area. Take a look at this map. It shows you the impacted water shortage area since 2023. The action plan is to protect the Mid-Hawthorne aquifer from being permanently damaged, prevent the loss of drinking water to users in the area, and to avoid a potential moratorium on developing new aquifer wells in the area.
Well, the Cape Coral City Council also expected to set a public hearing date for next month to discuss changing the name of Seahawk Park. The park is located along Northwest 28th Street, just off Wilmington Parkway, and Northwest 11th Court. The council is looking to change the name of the park to Seahawk Airfield at Festival Park. If and when the public meeting is set, it would likely be planned for April 2nd.
Cape City Council also discussing spending nearly $120,000 on license plate readers. The city received county and state funding from the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. Now, if approved, Cape Coral will become part of the growing trend to use license plate readers all across the Gulf Coast. Council meeting this evening at 5 o'clock. It's been a long time in the making. Now, FC Naples getting ready to open the 2025 campaign.
And we are tracking a line of showers associated with a cold front. What do we expect in our afternoon hours? I'll let you know when we come back. Gulf Coast News.